says no.
It's still a little bit. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Hit Pause MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse podcast, where we're going to kill one guy, one stupid guy who nobody loves. I am back with Jordan.
What's up, guys?
Happy
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're back doing live stream versions of this podcast, which is going just about as well as I had predicted. we have some topics to talk about. We have no big major Marvel thing that's happening right at this moment as we're recording the podcast. The biggest thing would be Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I thought you had seen, but neither of us had seen it yet.
No, we have not. I have not seen it yet. I wanted to, and then feel like everybody at both my jobs got sick during that time, and I just didn't want to go to the theater to see it.
That's crazy that I think we're both in the same boat where we're just waiting for it on Disney Plus now, which is happening February 1st. You wanted to talk about the trailer for it. I'm going to see if I can pull that up because I was not expecting to talk about that today. But you said you have theories?
No, not really theories. I just thought we'd both talk. I just don't know if I don't remember talking about it before, so I just wanted to see what we can expect from it. I've had some things I feel like I've seen spoilers, just from online.
Oh yeah.
So I feel
There's there's tons of. Now here's the thing though. This is the first Marvel movie where I haven't seen it in theaters when it came out. And it's the first thing that hasn't been heavily spoiled for me. I have seen some stuff. I'm just gonna pull up a random trailer that we can play on the stream while we watch, which is probably gonna give us a copyright strike. So I will have our our visual context rectangle open here, which is not blurred for some reason, so we still might get copyright strike. But yeah, there's been a few trailers for this movie. Have you seen all of them or some of them, or?
I think I watched two. Definitely, this is again a spoiler podcast, so
Yeah,
we haven't even seen it, so it could get I've already had some stuff spoiled for me. But the only thing it looks like is they're just going with T'Challa's death. They're just gonna say he died.
I think it's gonna be a big part of. Yeah, I think they're gonna say he's died too.
I feel like the movie is just gonna be a tribute to him, which I mean, even people watching now probably have already seen it more than us. But and you watched them both, right? And I'm sure you had something spoiled for you.
I think there's been more than two trailers. Well, no, actually, yeah, there's been two trailers, but I've seen some TV promos.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gives away most of the spoilers is watching those promos. But I think it's I'm trying to see if I can get the blur working, but I don't think so. I think we're just gonna have to deal with Marvel coming and claiming our channel.
Do you know who the villain is in this one?
Yep.
Is it that guy, the water guy? Is it Nemo?
Nemo?
Not Nemo, but
They're gonna be finding Nemo.
Yeah, is it name? I forget how you say it. Namor. I was I know I'm close, but I can't remember. Is Namor gonna be the main villain in it, or he is? Okay, because someone told me he's not the main villain.
Well, maybe he's not. Maybe it's a misdirect.
Yeah, and then I was like, but I don't know. So then I was like, what? So then I'm like, who the hell else could it be? So I was wondering if you knew.
No, I don't know who else it would be. Because they've only been promoting Namor in the trailers and stuff. So I don't really know who else it would be. But I was expecting Namor since after the first Black Panther. I'm I feel like that's the natural next villain that they're going to introduce, and it makes sense. They've been trying to get this character in the movies, and they just have a natural rivalry in the comics.
So is he from the ocean, or is he close to Wakanda then?
He is in the comics from Atlantis. Now, another movie has come out recently, a comic book movie in recent times that follows a similar story. It's a little indie film called Aquaman. uh that will kind of like confuse that story with general audiences. So I feel like they made the change for this movie, so he's not going to be from Atlantis in this movie.
Oh, okay. Indie film. Um, what else was I gonna say? Is it that suit that we see in the trailer? Is that going to be Ironheart, or is it just some
Oh,
different
the
suit?
like the Iron Man looking suit, like the big one.
Yeah, it looks like Iron Man, but it looks more. It looks bulkier. It
Yeah,
looks like
that's
War
Ironheart.
Machine. It is Ironheart. It
That's Ironheart.
looks like War Machine mixed with the bulky suit from the first Iron Man. What is the name of the villain in that one?
Ironmonger.
Ironmonger. Yeah, it looks like Ironmonger War Machine suit mixed together because it looks very like high tech but very bulky.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix
Mm.
your camera here. Yeah,
So
the
Ironheart is in, isn't it then? Eh?
yeah, Ironheart's in this. That's gonna be our introduction to the character. The Ironheart series, I think, is happening. It's got to be happening this year or like early next year because I think they finished filming. I'm very much looking forward to that. We might talk about that later on in the podcast. Um,
Yeah.
do you know who the Black Panther is?
I am assuming it is probably Shiri, his sister.
Me too, because that's pretty much all like the posters, promotional material, everything is saying that she's Black Panther.
If she's
So
not, my me and my girlfriend's guess was that it might be that girl that he was seeing prior to
Nakia.
Nakia. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think we both think it's his sister.
I would have preferred Nakia, but it
Yeah,
makes sense for it to be Shuri, and I think that's
yeah,
what everybody was expecting. So it's no it's yeah, it
yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah,
I am super looking forward to this movie though. Like I've been hyped on it for so long, so I'm excited to finally see it on Disney Plus. What
yeah, absolutely.
what are your
That's
uh
that's why I wanted to talk about this, just because I knew we're both probably going to see it relatively soon. So
yeah,
hopefully by the next podcast we can actually talk about the movie.
yeah,
But I just kind of wanted to go over some theories really quick because I wasn't sure, and some stuff is spoiled, and I was just every time I see it I'm like and I'm just like no I didn't see this one. So like I'm okay seeing a trailer before the movie,
yeah.
but I didn't want to see actual parts of the movie before I go and see it. So I've had to like actually like close out everything Black Panther wise every time I go to go see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that not a lot has been spoiled for me. I think it's just more in general that I've just been off of social media as much as I used to be on the past.
Yeah.
But even still, I feel like it should have been spoiled for me because a majority of the Marvel spoilers for me have come from YouTube thumbnails. Like just
Oh
people
yeah.
just posting spoilers right on the thumbnails and they show up in my recommended feed.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'm on YouTube, I would say arguably more than I have been in the past when I've been spoiled for stuff. And somehow a lot of that stuff has not come up for this movie. So it's weird. It's very weird, but I appreciate it. And now I know I'm going to watch this movie with like not the same sort of baggage that I have with Spider-Man and all those other movies.
Right.
So I'm going to enjoy the movie more because of that. So I'm excited for that. We what we did watch over the break is the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. What did you think of that?
Um, I it was very cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think they were going for that. I liked. I don't think I have much to complain about. I really did like for what it was. It was only 45 minutes, roughly long. I enjoyed a lot of it. I did not like how Groot looked. I feel like they did not like. I don't know what it
Really?
was. Yeah, I don't like how he looked. He didn't look.
The
He
young
looked like
adult. He's buff. He's getting swole. He works
yeah,
out.
I know, but like he went from a teenager to that. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of wanted to see like we didn't even see like I don't know. It was odd to me because I was like, is he supposed to be like in his 20s? Like, because when I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
judging my own thing, obviously, however they age, we seen Baby Groot, then we saw teenager rebellious Groot, and then we just saw this guy, and I was thinking like the awkward like 20s Groot, but I was like, no, we went right to like he looks like he's
Well, this
I
is
don't
the
know.
last. This is the last big thing that we're gonna see the Guardians in. So,
Like
like,
all they had to do was put a pair of headphones on Groot and throw him in the gym. That's what he
hmm
looked like. He looked like he was just like, yeah, like
he
that.
was
I don't
essentially
know.
there. He's at the concert. I'm
Yeah.
Groot.
Mhm.
I love Groot. I thought he was. I thought he's hilarious.
There was just something odd about him. Like I'm fine with it. Like it's whatever because it's just for the holiday special, so the next one will be better. But I feel like
I
they.
think
I don't
it's the
know.
same character. I think it takes place right after the holiday special.
Oh, you think the next one is gonna be?
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to get like Alpha Groot, like
No, that was
giant,
never a
big.
thing.
Oh
It's
man.
even James Gunn. Like I think Vin Diesel made that comment at one point. He just
Mhm.
said Alpha Groot out of the blue, and people asked James Gunn, "Is like, what's Alpha Groot?" He's like, "I honestly don't know what Vin Diesel was talking about."
Bro, I've been whenever the hell he said that,
Yeah,
I've been thinking about that for like what, 2 years or something. I've been waiting. I was like, guys, wait till Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're gonna get Alpha Groot.
yeah.
And
It's
then
Alpha Groot's not
Jess
a
was like,
thing.
damn, oh my god, I was just fucking fuck. That's it. I'm
Vin
done.
Diesel is a bigger Marvel troll than the fucking Marvel updates Twitter accounts that you see all the time that just
Oh,
post bullshit.
apparently, man, I was waiting for like a giant ass like
Yeah.
tree that has just like got like spike thorns and who the fuck knows what. Like I was like, let's go,
But
man.
yeah, the holiday special I really liked though. It was it's only something I think that's really interesting to watch on Christmas because
Yeah.
it fits that theme. But there were some funny moments in the special that I really liked. That I laughed a lot at.
Mhm.
I did do a little bit of reflection. I talked a lot about this on the McClunky Squadron podcast that I was a guest on for this specifically. So a lot of my expanded thoughts are there if you want to watch that. One thing about Bucky's arm is I was looking at it while we were recording that podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm like, is that like his old arm that he got, or is it the same one? And I looked at the Falcon Winter Soldier and the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I'm like, that's the same fucking arm. He took his most recent arm.
So he's got his Wakanda arm, his
He's got
vibranium
his
one.
yeah, he's got his most
Oh
recent
my god.
arm.
Because yeah, he doesn't have his other one. His other one
No,
was blown off by
yeah,
Iron Man,
yeah, it
so it
was.
was like in pieces. That his like cool Hydra one, that one's gone.
I think
So
in the
all he,
Thunderbolts promotional stuff, they show the same arm that he has. So like he's gonna have the arm still in Thunderbolts. So how's that
mm,
gonna work?
God, I guess we got. Hey, I lost my fucking arm to Space Raccoon. I need another one. I yeah, that's funny. I just knew when we were watching it, Jess and I were going over trying to see what we thought everyone was gonna give them,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, I hope they got a fucking Bucky's arm for
For
Rocket."
Rocket.
And Jess was like, "No way, you will watch this without me." And I was like, "I did not watch this without you." I was like, "Holy shit!" But that's fucking funny because I talk about it all the time. When he's like, "Oh, I'll get that arm," I was like, "It's only a matter of time before we somehow see James Gunn." Play that off. And I was like, that's
Yeah.
so fun. So that was so funny. I love when Drax gets the little tiny man, the little elf.
Yes.
He was so obsessed with the elf. That was so funny.
And I like Mantis with the candy cane, and it meant so much to her that
Yeah.
when they attacked the police officers, she's like, "Here, we're even now." I guess.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. She's like, here you go. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you just destroyed their car and flipped them upside down. And yeah, I know. I know it was good. I definitely don't see myself like it's not going to be one I watch
Yeah.
all the time, but yeah, around Christmas, it'll be something I probably watch with my friends or
Yeah.
me and Jess watch again. So
I love the other thing about I think Mantis was the standout for this thing. But I
yeah.
also love when like they're giving her the star maps. She's like, "Oh, I don't have money," and she like touches her. She's like, "Give me all your money."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All that. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
man, Mantis could be a crazy criminal on Earth.
yeah.
There's so many things she could get away with.
But
Um,
this
Good.
features I would say my favorite Guardians of the Galaxy character that finally got some screen time and voice lines here, and that's Cosmo. What do you think about Cosmo? Finally got.
I liked Cosmo. I always liked Cosmo. But they definitely used a different dog than they used in the first Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
I would imagine so. That was a while ago.
I know, but it was a different
This
breed. Like
was
why a different
it was a
breed?
different breed.
Yeah, like the first
Oh,
Cosmo is like from what I remember, is like a white. It's like I don't
I
know
don't
my
think
dog
so.
breeds, but he's like a white dog. This one he's like a nice
I'm
furry,
pretty
like
sure.
younger.
I'm pretty sure it was I think they're both golden retrievers. I'm pretty sure they were. It was the same type of dog. But this was
I
all CG though. This dog.
Yeah, I don't think they're the same. That's what as soon as I saw it, I was like, those don't look like the exact same dog. But I was more hyped to see Cosmo after playing Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Mm.
So seeing Cosmo in the game and then seeing him again on here, my girlfriend doesn't even know who Cosmo is, and I'm like, this is so cool. We get to see Cosmo. So he's
uh,
from Earth. He's from Earth, right? Is he a Russian space
he's a
dog?
Russian space dog. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's the dog that Russians put into space. I'm gonna go a little bit off podcast right now. Matt, if you're still in the Twitch chat, I don't have my Twitch open. Can you be a mod? And thank you. So yeah, this I'm super excited for Cosmo. I think Cosmo's gonna have a bigger role in the next movie. And I think we can move on to we could probably move on to that now as the next topic.
Mm. Wait, I have one more for the Xmas special.
Okay.
The thing that I was the most happy for them to confirm, because I think there was theories about it.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
So we do have it is fully confirmed that what is
The
his name?
collector.
Ego? No,
Oh,
Ego.
oh, ego. Okay. Okay, you're
So
going somewhere else. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
okay, so Ego had killed all of his children except for Peter Quill,
Mm-hmm.
who had powers.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're always like, why does he have Mantis then? And it is confirmed they definitely banged some Mantis species on a different planet. And Mantis is in fact his child. So that makes Peter, Quill, and Mantis uh half half siblings. So now um, Peter has a half sister, and she has a half brother. So now they both kind of have some actual family. So I thought that was really cool because before, like, I haven't read any comic books, but I thought that was really cool um, that they finally like actually put it into the MCU and confirmed it that they are siblings. I don't know if that's ever been a thing in the comic books,
I don't think so.
but no, because I've heard people saying like there was a theory, and I'm like that makes sense why you would keep her around. So that was a really
I
cool moment that
yeah.
I liked in the show. Thanks, Matt.
I had always assumed that.
I assumed it too because I was like, that makes
Yeah.
sense why Ego kept her
So
around.
I didn't like when Mantis is like, "Oh, that's my big news, my big secret." I'm like, "Is that a secret?" I'm like, "Is that the big announcement for this movie, the big bombshell?" But I'd always assumed that.
I assumed it,
Yeah.
but I was like, if they never bring it up,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm just gonna go with it myself that it is confirmed. But
Okay.
it was nice for them to confirm it itself because I was like, it's a thing for sure. So
I'll go with some bigger
we like
news.
that.
I'll go with some news that is bigger that or I would consider bigger that I think a lot of
Yeah.
people overlooked. They can also confirmed in the special that the collector is still alive. He didn't
Yeah.
die in Endgame. And the Guardians had purchased Nowhere from the collector.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was huge news. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what?
I like that too. I assume nobody's dead until I see a body. So we didn't
It
see
was
the
an
collector.
illusion, yeah,
Yeah, we
from
never seen
Thanos.
him die. We never seen him get beat up except for an illusion. So I just figured he just literally just stole the what's his name? What's his real name, the collector?
Uh, something with a T. Avalon something, I don't know.
Tobias? Is it Tobias?
He's the brother of the character from Thor Ragnarok. What is it? The Grandmaster. He's the Grandmaster's brother.
Oh, the collector and the grandmaster are
Yeah,
siblings?
yeah.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. I have to tell my girlfriend that one.
Let,
Cool.
let's move on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because I think this is going to be our big topic of discussion here. There was a trailer that was released, and there's a lot in this trailer that we could just like look frame by frame and discuss some stuff. But I think the big topic that we should have here is who's going to die. Who's on your Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Deadpool?
Uh, I from what it seems like a lot of the movie is gonna be based around uh Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
And from the only thing I kind of know about Rocket is from the video game, so whether that's made up or also real, I don't know. That the friend of Rocket who died when they were being experimented on, and Rocket got away, and his friend was tortured or dead or not or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, since we don't technically know, and it could be a way for them to bring another character in. I feel like that character could still be alive, and then maybe Rocket finds out that she's alive and has to go save her.
Yeah.
Or so either she does end up finally dying, or Rocket's going to die trying to save her, and then maybe the movie ends with her becoming part of the Guardians. But I swear to God, if they kill off Peter or Mantis after we just got confirmation that they're siblings, I'm like, they do not need to lose any more family members. So please don't be.
Yeah.
I hope it's not them. If it's Groot, they could easily kill off
Oh,
Groot and
there's a
have
scene right
another
there
Groot.
of in the trailer just right now. Nebula is carrying um Peter as he's like it looks like he's unconscious or maybe
Yeah.
dead. So
That's too much for them to give away. I feel like they wouldn't just show somebody dead. It's always a misdirect usually. Was it Mantis? I thought it was Drax holding Peter.
It was Nebula.
It was Nebula holding him?
Yeah,
I
Nebula
gotta,
was holding Peter.
I have to watch that again. But Nebula could probably die. Do you think they're gonna bring back Gamora in this?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we see the little otter chick. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they do bring her
there's your
back.
Alpha
Oh,
Groot. Groot with like 8
oh, he's got a
arms.
bunch. Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping to see him like more the
I
next
think
one. But yeah,
Alpha Groot is just Vin Diesel saying like Groot's gonna be like a big buff gym bro,
yeah.
and he considers himself an alpha male. Just like
Do, do you think he'll say "We are family" in this one?
yes, this is that's it. Wasn't there a line in Volume 2? Yeah, Drax says it. It's like we're not friends, we're family. Like
Really?
wait, that's Groot's line.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the ship that they have. The
Yeah,
new
it does
ship.
look cool.
Yeah.
I love the Milano though, so part of me is really sad that the Milano is gone. I do this new one looks sick, but
Yeah.
um,
This part right here, like this is what they're opening with, and there's like some theories about what this is because it's a bunch of people with animal faces,
yeah.
but it looks like they landed on Earth. Do you have? And we see. Like, do you have any theories as to what's going on?
Oh, do you think it might be like a different timeline
Yeah. So just a reminder, this is a spoiler podcast.
or multiverse?
We're now we don't know exactly what's happening in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We're going based off speculation on this trailer, what we know from the comics, video games, stuff like that. But if you don't want to listen to any of this stuff, if you're not watching live, you're watching this video on demand. I'm going to have stuff timestamped. If I don't have it timestamped yet, it's because I'm waiting for YouTube to cut out the intro here. But when you see the timestamps up, that means everything's edited and ready to go, and it's timestamped appropriately, and you can skip to the next section. You don't have to worry about us spoiling Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 for you. But right now, we're talking about this stuff live. So
Yeah.
I want to know, do you have theories of what's going on in that scene with
Yeah.
the animal-human hybrids there?
Yeah, and then we are literally just guessing because we have not. This is not out yet. We have no idea. We just watched the trailer. So, yeah, you are right. It was Nebula carrying it. I just had to confirm. I needed to.
Matt says furry convention.
Furry convention. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably just going to be something weird that James Gunn decided to put in that planet. It's definitely just going to be like a different, maybe just a different planet that's kind of like ours but different. Or I don't know if there's going to be any multiverse in this. But yeah, we do see Gamora, so that's honestly the
I
two
don't know if
most
that's
things I'm
right.
interested.
Do you think this
What?
is so? You think this is another planet? This isn't Earth because it looks like it could be
I know, like
Earth.
these houses, they look
Yeah.
exactly like human houses. I mean, they are
Yeah.
human houses, so I have no idea. It's just it seems odd. Like there's probably
Yeah, it's
yeah, I don't.
saying like
It's
signs, crosswalk signs, stuff like that. Cars.
it is very weird. I have no idea what this planet's gonna be like or what.
I think it
Uh,
could be Earth or it's designed to look like Earth. And there is a character that we see in the trailer here, right here, grabbing Baby Rocket, which I think is the most important part of this trailer is Baby Rocket. Also, this Among Us scene I really like. Um,
You think this is like oh yeah, right there. Let's go. So you think it might be like something to do with someone who takes animals from Earth and humans from
it's this
Earth and
guy
then
right here.
crossbreeds them?
The character is called the High Evolutionary.
The
His
high evolution.
Yeah, his whole thing is doing experiments on creatures to make them superior beings. Um, so I think that's either like a simulated Earth planet or area on a planet, or it's actually someplace on Earth where the High Evolutionary did some experiments with some animals and humans and crossed them together.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm the most excited for this for a movie in a while because the last time last year my favorite movie of 2022 was The Batman,
Mm-hmm.
and I was most excited for uh Thor uh whatever it was even called, Love
so
and Thunder, and
so one of
I
those,
was so disappointed by it that I've watched it
yeah.
twice and don't care to need to watch it again.
You
So
wait,
now
you watched
this is my new
Thor? You watched Thor: Love and Thunder twice?
I think I watched it in theaters and then I watched it with you guys. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
If I didn't watch it with you guys, then me and Jess
No,
watched it
I
again.
don't think you did watch it with us.
Yeah, I think just me and Jess just tried to give it another shot, and we were like,
Hmm.
no, it's still too cheesy.
Did you give Miss Marvel another shot?
Uh, I just haven't yet, but I
No.
will. There was too many during the last last little while. There's been too many like Star Wars shows out. I've been watching more Star Wars shows, and
Yeah.
a lot of our other shows came back for
I'm
like
still
a
trying to
second
get through
season.
Andor.
Andor's good. I liked
Mm.
it. It was slow. It was a slow beginning, but the ending was nice.
Did you finish She-Hulk?
Oh, dude, I watched 2 episodes of that. I
Don't blame you. Don't blame you.
I that Miss Marvel, I will finish for sure because there's only 3 more episodes I gotta watch, and I
Hmm.
just whenever I get a shot. Miss She-Hulk is the one that me and Jess are like, "Do we have to be drunk for this? Like, what are we missing?" We're like, we don't. Like, we will watch it. It is just not high on our list right now.
I got you. Yeah. I don't think
Like,
it's
does it get better? Like, will you watch it again? Is it a show you would want to watch again, or is it kind of? Do you feel like it's painful? Like you finished it, right?
I did finish it. I like the show. I did not like one episode.
Mm.
But uh
I heard that Daredevil fucks She-Hulk. You're just like, I don't want to say anything. That's all I heard.
uh it's yes.
It's a spoiler podcast. I heard
Yes,
it.
yes, that's very true.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, all right, great. In She-Hulk form or no?
That we don't know. That we
Alright.
don't know. I
Yeah.
think Marvel's keeping that a secret. Um I thought the show was okay. It is, but like I don't hate anything Marvel. Like even the quote unquote bad stuff I say is still good and fine to watch.
Yeah.
She-Hulk is bottom tier on my list on what Marvel has worked on.
Yeah.
So
Like if someone was
I don't
like,
think it was bad. I would watch it again. I think like I didn't have a terrible time watching the show, but it's bottom of everything else. Like
would
I'd
you
watch any other Marvel thing other than She-Hulk.
Oh yeah. Would you rather you'd rather watch Thor 2 and Thor 4 back to back than watch all of She-Hulk?
Thor, yeah, I didn't have a problem with Thor 2 that everybody else did. I would say it's not
Okay.
as exciting as a movie as a lot of other ones.
Yeah.
Thor 4, there was at least some stuff in that movie which I thought was entertaining and really cool. The visual stuff on it,
Yeah.
um, you know, some of the stuff that they pull from the comics and things like that. So I don't think like Thor 4 is terrible, but again, that's also bottom tier Marvel for me.
Yeah.
So
Like I just watched Winter Soldier the other night. I was watching Winter Soldier again just because I was like, what
yeah,
happened? I was like, this is amazing. I was like, what happened to you guys? I was
great
like,
movie.
that's yeah, no, it's probably I think it's like Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron fight for my heart. Like they're my two
Oh, Winter
favorites. I don't know.
Soldier for me.
Yeah, Age of Ultron. A lot of people are like, no, I don't like it. And I was like,
Yeah, a
I
lot of
could
people
watch them.
hate Age of Ultron, and I don't understand why. Because every time I watch that movie, I love it.
I could watch them tear apart robots all day.
Mm.
Like that one's like that. I love all the Avengers are great, but I think Winter Soldier might be out of the solos. I think Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Ragnarok are like I just watch them over and over again. Black Panther too.
Let's go through this trailer here though, because there's some things that I'm noticing now watching it, like rewatching it in a loop here.
Yeah.
There's a point where they're walking out, where I think Nebula's holding Peter, that Rocket's wearing like a jacket, like kind of like a Letterman jacket,
Yeah.
and looks really weird. At this Among Us scene, I keep saying it's Among Us, so they're wearing like different colored space outfits. So right here, like Rocket's jacket is weird and out of character for him. And he's sipping on like some sort of smoothie or something. But this scene, they're on like it looks like they're like really tiny and they're like jumping on somebody's scalp or something, because you see like giant hair follicles on this thing. So I'm like wondering what the fuck that is.
Where do you
Like
see
it's
this?
this,
Oh, right here.
yeah, this is like this creature or like
You're
this
yeah.
spaceship kind of thing that looks like it's flesh and hair sticking out of it, and they look like really tiny on.
Could it be
jumping around this thing.
nowhere?
I don't think so. That's like, I don't know, like a piece of nowhere that
Yeah,
came
I was
off.
like, could some nowhere like I mean like could that take place on nowhere? Like maybe because they bought nowhere, right? So maybe
Yeah,
nowhere is being attacked and they're trying to
it looks
defend it
so different than
because like
what we're,
nowhere is technically a uh,
yeah,
real
Celestial
thing. Yeah,
skull. Yeah,
so it
it
could
looks
have
so
maybe some
different to
follicles
what
left.
we know of nowhere, what we've seen. So I don't think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of stuff, I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. I will say, there's a part of me that loves them all in a uniform together because it's
Yes,
like the
that's the thing.
comic book, you know.
It
I
is
like
their
that.
comic. It's straight out of the comics, man. That's the
Yeah,
comic book outfit.
yeah.
You
I
saw the
like it
comic
for that.
I let you?
I do.
That,
I've been so busy.
yeah,
I'm
because that's where
Ant
that
gave
comes from, man. It's
okay.
like those comics.
Yeah, I have it right there.
Yeah,
I literally started like a week ago or something,
yeah.
and I haven't. I had I was borrowing Venom from Ant, and then I told Ant, I was like, hey, if you want your
Mm,
comic book back, I'm gonna pause it for a sec because I want to do
yeah,
Guardians instead. So I want to start yours. I had no time during the holidays, so
yeah.
um yeah, no, I love the outfits because they look like the team, but I also might miss their like individualness because like I
Mm-hmm.
love Drax with his knives on his ankles and like his
Yeah.
no shirt.
Yeah,
It's
well
gonna have
now Dave Bautista doesn't want to be shirtless in movies anymore, so
oh
that's
he
kind
does
of their compromise. That's why he's wearing a vest now.
but they're gonna but his
He's like, I don't
it's
want
got
my
sen-
old man boobs on screen anymore, so
but he has sensitive nipples.
it's it's true.
I have sensitive nipples.
Uh, back to my beginning topic here. I think Rocket's gonna die.
You think so? Yeah.
That's where my money's on.
Yeah. No, it could be it's gonna be the trilogy. So
Mhm.
you want to make it uh leave an impact for you.
Yeah.
I can't see them making another one. I mean, James Gunn can do it.
I don't
Seems
think so.
to.
I think if anybody's gonna return, because a lot of these actors are like, only if like James Gunn's involved and he's done, so I'm done. I think Dave
Yeah.
Bautista's done with Marvel in general. He's had such like a sour experience anytime he's had to talk about it, and he's only there for James Gunn.
Yeah.
I think I think Rocket's gonna die, so I don't think we're gonna get any more Rocket in the MCU. The only character I'd say is a guarantee that I don't want to say for sure, but I think Marvel's not gonna let this character go or fade away. It's Groot. And I think Vin Diesel seems like the guy who would be down to be like, anytime Marvel says, "Hey, do you want to jump in the booth and say 3 words?" He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm down. I have a break
Yeah.
between Fast and Furious movies. I'll do it. I am Groot. All right, I'm good. I'm seeing you later." Or
Also, you could get anybody else to do it.
you could get anybody else to do it, but also he said it so many times, and I'm sure they didn't keep every take in the movies and stuff. They don't need him anymore. They have
No,
footage to go back to.
no, for
So
sure.
yeah, I don't think Groot's going away. I think
Yeah.
we'll see Groot and other stuff, but any of these other characters, not I don't know.
It sucks because as much as I love the whole team, if
Yeah.
there was one person who I would be like, if they killed off everybody and one person was to live, it would be exactly how the Thanos snap happened. I just need Rocket. I was like, Rocket is my favorite. So if they kill him,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
devastated. And then if they do kill him, I'm like, I don't really need another Guardians movie. Then I'm like, that's fine with being the end of it. I hope
Uh,
they make a Guardians video game sequel though.
what I would like, I mentioned this on the McClunky Squadron, is I would love to see, or I might have said it on our last podcast, I can't remember. I would love to see an animated Guardians of the Galaxy. You could keep the same voice actors or not, because I think What If didn't have any of the Guardians cast in it. I think that's like the only thing where the characters didn't come back.
Yeah.
Or you can just get new voice actors, doesn't matter. But I would love to see a continuation of their story in animated form because I love seeing these characters together
Yeah.
and their adventures, and so I would like to see that continued. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know with Marvel. Um, a couple other things before we move on. Adam Warlock is featured a little bit in this trailer. Doesn't seem like he's going to be, from the trailers anyways, like as big a featured character as much as the High Evolutionary. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's the main villain.
Probably just comes after them for a small bit and they
Yeah.
have they exchange a fight and some words and then he probably goes off and does probably anything else.
Yeah.
He's so fucking powerful.
And
I would say no, go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
okay. The other thing I just noticed watching this over, there was a scene where a character in like an all white outfit tackled another character off of something. And I did not recognize that character at all, and I'm trying to see if I can find the scene to pause it. Because I want to know like who this character is, if we have any like speculating who it might be.
Do you know who that girl is that's running around in a circle?
No, I think that's just one of the evolutionaries. Here we go. This scene. Oh, I can't tell. So I'm thinking that's Star-Lord, and maybe that's the High Evolutionary that's like pushing him off. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be right. I was also saying that one where Star-Lord is like kind of bent over and like crying and he has like
Yeah.
there's like a tube. I feel like that's got to be like something to do with Rocket.
Yeah, I
Like
think so. Yeah.
like it's almost like that's almost
Yeah,
too
right
much to give
here.
away though, but
This scene right here.
yeah, like that's but I don't want it to be though, man. I was like that's too much to give away in a trailer
Yeah.
though.
I don't
So,
know. I don't know what else the scene would be. You know,
yeah. No, yeah, I have no idea.
there's Rocket's friend, the otter. We also got that thing back from the intro at the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I thought they killed that thing.
Well, I'm sure there's like a species of them.
It's true. Yeah, I guess so. And I don't know. Yeah, it's true. And what's his name? Rocket did steal their batteries, so maybe that thing is
Yeah,
still after the batteries.
that's true. That's true. Um, the next thing we're gonna, you know what? I could just play this over while we talk, because you didn't see this, but it's just a quick thing here. There was a Disney Plus 2023 teaser of what's coming out. So just a lot of stuff at Disney Plus in general, but we got some snippets of this scene right here, which is from Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. I'm sure we'll get some more trailers up for that. There was also a little clip from Loki season 2 at some point, and Black Panther. So here's the Loki scenes right here. I'm sure we'll get like a trailer or teaser for that at some point.
Yeah.
And then Black Panther's coming out February 1st, so I'm looking forward to that for sure.
What day of the week is that? That's Wednesday, I think.
I think so. Wednesday or Thursday or something.
Wednesday, I usually have off, so maybe we could all watch that at your brother's. If you have it off.
I will have to see when I am available.
Sure.
Okay. What's our other topic here? The other big topic that we have is another trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh yeah, there's something I wanted to ask you about that too.
About Ant-Man?
Yeah, but the Quantumania.
You forgot what the question is?
No, no,
Okay.
I wanted to know what your thoughts were on, is that supposed to be MODOK?
Oh, I'll see if I can try to pause the trailer at that point.
It is very brief. It looks to me like MODOK, but
There
I
are
don't know.
two brief scenes with MODOK,
Oh, too.
and it
Yeah.
is definitely MODOK.
Yeah. So I don't know a lot about MODOK. The only like he has a weird like show I think on Disney Plus
Mm-hmm.
or thing, but
Starring what's his name? Played Pip the Troll in the Eternals. Um,
I don't watch. I haven't watched that. I probably won't. Um,
the MODOK show?
yeah, the
It's
MODOK show.
okay.
Probably won't watch that. The
Patton
only thing
Oswalt. Thanks, Matt.
the only thing I kind of know of MODOK is
He's in the game.
from Avengers
Yeah.
game. It was like a scientist, right? And he gets experimented with that shit, and then he starts his brain. He just
He's a something organism designed only for either conquest or killing, depending on which point of the comics that you're reading.
so his brain and stuff just starts getting bigger, right? So then he starts.
The
So then
theory is he in this movie he is designed only for Kang. That's the
So
change.
so
That's what the K stands for in MODOK.
okay, interesting. Yeah, because I don't think he's that cool of a character. I don't think he's that interesting.
No,
So if you want
he's
to,
like the really big. Oh, I missed the scene. Yeah, he's a
so
really big Marvel character that people love, but
yeah.
I've never been interested.
So like maybe if you put him, I don't know, uh, in as a side character that has a more of a
Oh, we
you
know
know
who this character is.
who
You're gonna be. I'm trying to see if I can find the scene to pause it. Do you
we
remember
we know who MODOK is.
Yes,
Do you think he's gonna be the dude from?
I know who it is.
Is it well? You could like my the only okay. So
I will be spoiling it, by the way.
is he gonna be in? If he's gonna be in Quantumania,
Mhm.
obviously, is he in the quantum realm? So is he like in
Is
the
he
quantum
from
realm?
the
Like
comic quantum realm, or will he be in the quantum
that's
realm?
what I mean. Is he very very tiny? Like is that fight scene that's happening? Is that already in the quantum realm? Is
That
he
is
gonna
already
be?
this movie is giving me Tron vibes. I'm just saying.
Is he
Nobody
gonna?
else is saying it. This movie is reminding me of Tron. The entire movie is going to be taking place in a science fiction miniaturized world that exists within our own,
Yeah.
and that it's going to look drastically different from what we're used to, and these characters are going to have to like survive in this place and try
Be,
to get home. So,
because I saw two Paul Rudds. I'm
mm-hmm.
assuming
Oh, only
there's
two?
well, okay, that's right. We saw a whole bunch.
Oh,
But
that's right.
because something is gonna like mess with my brain, my only thoughts of who MODOK is gonna end up being, it's gonna be like because I
We
don't
see
really
it.
know
We
anything.
see him
I
right
don't.
here
Yeah.
in the background. Do you recognize that giant ass face
The only thing I was gonna say is
right here?
is he Yellow Jacket
He is
or
Yellow Jacket. He
Yellow
is
Jacket? Okay.
Darren Cross from
Okay.
Ant-Man 1 when he
Okay.
shrunk down between the molecules and punched his outfit and his arm started to shrink away and everything and he shrunk all the way down. The only thing that stayed big was his head.
Okay, so he's gonna be Yellow Jacket. Okay, because that was my theory. My theory is like he's gonna be Yellow Jacket, or it's gonna be like something else. Like it's gonna be end up being Paul Rudd, or it's gonna be
Oh, what's going
the
on here?
other guy. I was like, it's gonna be the Ant-Man before him. And it's gonna be like another version of him. And I was like, I don't know how they're gonna
Yeah.
like do that in my brain. But okay, my first thought was Yellow Jacket. So I was like, cool.
I'm wondering what this tentacle scene is. There's so much going on in this trailer, like you can't even like wrap your head around it.
Oh well, yeah, because we know very little about the quantum realm. We know
Yeah.
more about the multiverse than we know about the quantum
There's
realm.
some theories I've seen people make.
Like the only time we really seen the quantum realm was when they went and rescued
Yeah, Janet.
Janet. So I'm assuming there's gonna be all kinds of weird little living organisms that are gonna be like, they look like monsters.
Yeah, we've
in
seen
this
a few of them. There's one that looks like the Pixar light bulb. Like 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 it's like a post-apocalyptic world where the Pixar light bulb mascot survived.
It gives.
I'll
I'm not
see
gonna
if I
lie.
can plus.
It gives me Avatar vibes
Oh yeah?
because they're like they got these weird spacecrafts,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also these weird like creatures and shit in it, and they're
Yeah.
like, but except the fact that they look like dinosaurs or they look like dragons or little
Oh, I
mini
just missed it.
whatever the hell, and they're gonna end up being they're actually just like living organisms.
Yeah.
Look at MODOK.
Yeah, I tried to pause on MODOK, but I missed it. Um, we're gonna. Well, we're seeing Kang the Conqueror in this trailer, played by Jonathan Majors, who was last in Loki season 1 as He Who Remains, a variant of King the Conqueror.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the main villain here, and we know that he's going to have a major role, pun not intended, in the upcoming Marvel movies. So this is what's kicking off Phase 5. So this is a huge movie, which previously the Ant-Man movies were considered palate cleansers, and the Ant-Man director recently stated, I have the article here, I'm going to pull it up. So Peyton Reed says that he doesn't want this movie to be a palate cleanser anymore. I'm going to find the quote.
It's true, right? The first one we saw was after Age of Ultron, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like the end of phase, was that 2? Was
Yeah.
it the end of phase 2? And then we had at the end of phase 3, we had like Ant-Man and the Wasp, or was it? Yeah, it was right before.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the
So,
Wasp. Yeah.
like right after Infinity War. Yeah, right after Infinity War, they're like, here's wait, what order did they come out? Did Endgame come out before?
No, Endgame came out after
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the
Okay,
Wasp.
so Ant-Man came out after Infinity War, so after everybody got snapped away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have the quote here from Peyton Reed explaining this movie. So he says, people felt like, oh, these are fun little palate cleansers after a gigantic Avengers movie. For this third one, I said, I don't want to be the palate cleanser anymore. I want to be the big Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So he, I guess he was asked if he kicked in Kevin Feige's door. And he said, I did. I metaphorically kicked in Kevin Feige's door.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be a huge movie, and it's coming out soon. Actually, it's
good. That's good for hopefully, well, not hopefully, but possibly the last Ant-Man movie. I can't see them
I
making
doubt
a
it'll be the
ton of them.
last Ant-Man movie. There's got to be more.
Yeah, I don't personally think they're they're not bottom tier, but I don't think they're top tier movies. I enjoyed both of them, but I don't think I wasn't like fully entertained the whole way through. Like they didn't have any shocking things. I think the biggest thing that Ant-Man did to shock me was in Civil War when I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "There you go. There's the big."
When you grew big.
Yeah, there's your couple big moments. And
I
then
feel like
that,
I feel like I'm in the minority on Ant-Man and the Wasp. So the second movie. I feel like a lot of people did not like that movie. Every time I watch it, I have a fun time. And sometimes that's like one Marvel movie where I'm like, what like fun Marvel movie do I want to watch right now? And that's like usually at the top of my list. I'm like, yeah, I'll put that on and have a good time. So
I like it. I just don't think it's amazing. That's all.
no, I don't think it's like an incredible movie. And I think in terms of like what's a better movie, like structurally and all that stuff too, I think the first Ant-Man movie is better, and there's a lot of other better movies. But like there's something about Ant-Man and the Wasp where I just enjoy it so much, the characters, the humor, and everything that uh, I just have a fun time watching it. So even though it's not like my favorite movie in the world or anything like that, that's a movie that I'll go to and be like, yeah, I'll put that on. I feel like I'm in the mood to watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can see that.
We got some. I think we're done from Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so we got some.
Wait, I just want to ask: do you think anyone's gonna die?
In Ant-Man?
Yeah. Do you think we might lose the mom or dad after just getting the mom back?
It's got the similar feel.
Yeah.
As we're seeing from Guardians of the Galaxy, so they're kind of hinting at that in the movie. So I would say yes, though it is. I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say if there's one character that we're expecting to die, I would imagine it's Hank.
That's my guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, she just got her mom back. I was like, then they're just Marvel's gonna be like, all right, you get one parent back, we're gonna take the other.
Yeah, I would say it's Hank, and I don't think he's predominantly featured in this trailer
Yeah,
compared to the other characters, so there's a good chance. However, it is teased that like maybe something might happen to Cassie because Kang's kind of threatening that way in the trailer.
yeah.
But I doubt it because she's got a big like major role going forward, so I don't think that's the case. Uh,
Who does she become?
uh, there's several character names.
Yeah, I know.
The one
I
I
wrote
the one I was
her
expecting was Stature
stature.
because she tends to grow big.
Yeah.
However, the rumor that I heard, I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't look that far deep into it. That she might be going by Stinger in this movie.
Stinger.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I don't know. But
Interesting.
we got some updates on things. So I'm going to see if I can go through. What do I have playing here? Yeah, there's some updates on some projects here. I think the shocking one for me is that I don't know what's happening with Echo. Echo is a spin-off of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It's the Maya character from Hawkeye.
She
Um,
is deaf, I believe, right?
she is deaf, yep.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a project that's kind of like a bridge point to the Kingpin and Daredevil and in their new series, Daredevil Born Again. Um, and it was supposed to be like I thought this was the next project that's coming out. No, apparently it's been delayed. Um,
I
and
think a
for
few
like a
things got
year.
delayed.
Yeah, well, a lot of stuff got delayed, but I think this came out of nowhere because there was no like announcement for it.
Yeah.
Someone who's working on the project was in a podcast. Yeah, a writer for Echo was on a podcast, and um, they mentioned that it's like, yeah, they said that will probably be a year from when this comes out. They're referring to the podcast. So we're gonna see Echo in like unless it gets delayed again, the end of this year, early next year.
Hmm.
And that's kind of shocking. So, because I thought this was done and ready to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Was
yeah,
that before? Is that before the Jer? No, she probably Hawkeye probably won't be in it anyways.
I don't know if we're gonna be expecting Hawkeye in anything.
That's yeah, yeah. That's
uh,
what I just meant. That's what I was like. It's like
yeah,
was the delay before or after the accident? So I guess we should just might as well just talk about that too.
yeah. Um, yeah. There was Jeremy Renner was in an accident. I'll pull up I'll pull up the art. I only have one article. What's the most recent thing you heard? I heard that he's recovering.
I saw a photo of him either on Instagram or Twitter,
Yeah.
and he still had both of his legs. So that's good news
But
because some
I think he was
I
like severely injured. Like I don't think he's gonna be doing stuff for a while.
I, there were rumors that people said that he might lose his leg, but I didn't. I never got any confirmation of that. This is just what people speculated. But the last thing I saw was like it might be he might have some. I think he had 22 bones broken. So
Yeah.
um,
Hmm.
he's obviously probably not going to walk for a while, or at the very least, he's going to need a lot of like probably leg therapy. So not that he's not going to walk again, but it might just be, he might be like slow moving for a bit. So we probably won't see him on any big action scenes for a while.
He
Um,
looked messed up in some of the pictures and stuff that I've seen.
I think he just tried to get a picture out, trying to
Hmm.
say like, "Hey, I'm alive. Thanks for your support. I'm going back to bed." It was pretty much
Yeah.
like, I'm on a lot to keep me pain free. So, but I saw one where he was in bed and his face still had some bruising and some cuts, but the therapist had his leg like up. So I'm assuming they're just moving it, trying to move it or
Yeah.
whatever. So I saw that, so that at least it means he's probably going through therapy right now with the leg that probably can move or where
Yeah.
they can move it. Because I'm assuming you gotta wait for the bones to heal before you can walk on it or anything. So I don't know if both are both legs broken or just one.
I don't know. I don't know the extent of it. I've heard conflicting things about how this happened. Um, like
Okay, that's yeah.
first, at first I heard that he was helping a neighbor with a situation with his snowplow, and the snowplow he got crushed by his snowplow.
Mhm.
So I think that's what happened. Like, is that confirmed?
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. That's what I thought it was. It was either his snowplow that he was in and it was stuck,
yeah,
and then it flipped with him outside of it as he tried to get back in and it crushed him, or it was his neighbors and he tried to help his neighbors and it flipped and crushed him. And then someone told me that he just got ran over by a snowplow as it just drove down the road. And I was like, I don't think that's what happened. But I was like,
yeah,
who just hits? I was like, I don't know who just hit Jeremy Renner. And someone's like, yeah, dude, that's for sure what happened. And I was like, what? I was like, I thought it was his or his neighbors. I was
yeah. I
like,
thought it was
they're
his.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, and then someone's like, "No, his neighbor for sure ran him over." And I was like, "I thought you just said a stranger." So I have no idea,
yeah.
but a snowplow was involved and his legs were involved, and that is all I know. So hopefully we see more Renner
I
soon.
heard that like his chest and stuff was like crushed too.
Okay, yeah, so definitely some yeah. I
Um,
believe a safety feature in Renner's snowplow failed, and he was run over by it.
yeah,
That is what Matt is saying.
yeah. That's also confirming stature was the name for Cassie's character in Ant-Man. I that's what I assumed her character is. I think she's going by Stinger in that movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but otherwise, we both hope Jeremy Renner is okay.
mhm.
I love him as a person, love him as an actor. I think he's great. So I hope we see him in something soon. But
Yeah.
I don't think it'll probably be this year.
No, I don't think. I think he's going to be out of commission for a bit.
Yeah, I don't think he
Unfortunately,
was he rumored to be in anything? Like, were we gonna get a Hawkeye sequel at all, or him and a Bishop show maybe?
out of the stuff that's announced, the only things I could see him appearing in were either Echo, which would have already been filmed by the time he had the accident. So he
Yeah,
could still show up in Echo. I doubt it. Um, or it'd be like maybe Thunderbolts, but probably Avengers if anything else. Like
yeah.
what the next Avengers movie.
Is the next one gonna be Secret Wars?
No, the next one is the Kang Dynasty.
Oh, okay, all right. Do you think this one is going to be what wraps up the multiverse? No, it won't be the. It probably won't be what wraps up the multiverse saga, but maybe Phase 4.
What is going to wrap up the multiverse saga will be Secret Wars. Yeah,
Okay, so Secret Wars is going to wrap up the multiverse saga. The Kang Dynasty is probably going to be the first one. Do you think that's gonna? Are we expecting Kang to die in this one? Do you think?
I don't know what Marvel's ultimate plans are for Kang,
Hmm,
but
interesting.
I have a feeling Kang is because I think people are expecting Kang to be like Thanos, where it's going to be Avengers that like the next two Avengers movies are featuring Kang.
Okay, and my last.
I don't think so. I think Kang is going to be a villain in one Avengers movie, and there will be a different specific villain in Secret Wars.
Yeah. For Kang, since we've seen Kang die by the female Loki, Silka,
Well,
is
we
that her
saw
name?
He Who Remains die
He who
by Sylvie
Sylvie. So that he who remains, why does he look exactly like Kang then? Isn't he
because he is
Kang?
a variant of Kang.
Okay, so he's a variant of Kang. He said he was the least evil of them. So he was the one who was basically keeping the multiverse,
Mm-hmm.
their universe separate from the multiverse, right? He was basically our savior.
Mm-hmm.
And so now a more evil version of us is going to basically start wreaking havoc on the multiverse,
Mm-hmm.
including ours. So this is Sylvie's fault.
That yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Um, I have some thoughts about how like the timeline kind of works,
Okay.
and the Phase 4 that we're seeing right now is a result of Loki. If if we were seeing Phase 4 prior to Sylvie stabbing He Who Remains, Phase 4 would look different. So I feel like we're actually watching an alternate timeline MCU in my mind right now.
Hmm. All right.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because I think it just makes sense. Like the TVA erases branch timelines and everything. Um, and we're getting Kang and Ant-Man the Wasp and all this other stuff. So it's already multiverse exists within, and we've seen like the Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, all that stuff where the multiverse exists. So this is post Sylvie, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we're already seeing a timeline that's post Sylvie. But prior to Sylvie, that stuff wouldn't be happening. Like anything that we've been seeing in Phase 4 so far. And I feel like the TVA would have stopped branch timeline Captain America from staying back in his timeline at the end of Endgame.
Okay.
So I think everything after Endgame and at the end of Endgame, we're seeing as a result of Loki season 1. That stuff would not have happened prior, and it did not happen. So there was another alternate timeline that was the main timeline before Sylvie stabbed He Who Remains that we just don't see. We're seeing an alternate timeline because he was stabbed.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I like it. That's interesting. I don't really know a lot of like I don't really have a lot of theories from this part going forward. I haven't read enough comic books to even take honestly venture a guess. I do like this Kang character though, so I am happy we're finally gonna like see more of him in Quantumania. Quantumania, yeah.
Yeah, like
So
Matt said it first. Such a fan of Jeremy Renner. Named 3 of his songs. I know he's a singer, but I have not heard any of his songs. I'm sorry.
yeah, I did know that. I couldn't tell you there. I wouldn't say I'm like, I'm following him on social media as a fan. I'm not. I don't know all of his stuff. I still think my favorite thing of him is the Hurt Locker. I love him in the Hurt Locker.
He was in the Tom Cruise movies. What are they called? Mission Impossible, right?
Not that I remember. Not that I remember. But I haven't watched all the Mission Impossibles. I've only seen so many.
I'm pretty sure he's in some Mission Impossible movies.
Okay, I didn't watch the newest one with him, so I don't recall.
I think he was in some.
I thought he was hilarious in Tag. I love Tag too. That one was funny.
We got some other quick news. There is some updates on some other movies that are coming out. So first of all, Agatha Coven of Chaos. Jordan, what the fuck is Agatha Coven of Chaos?
I don't care for Agatha.
The last podcast, which I don't think you were on, there's some casting news about some characters that are showing up, like Aubrey Plaza, and some other comedy roles. So I'm pretty sure this show is a comedy.
Which is the worst because I don't find that actress funny.
Who? Aubrey Plaza or
the Agatha girl.
What's her name? I'm blanking. I'm a big fan of her. Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, she has some funny moments in Step Brothers, and other than that,
she's funny in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I've only watched 3 seasons of Parks and Rec. It's been a while. I gotta go back and watch that. I know, shame on me. I've got to go back and watch it. I think The Office is funnier, and it's hard to go back and watch Park. I will do my best to go back and watch it though.
But Deborah Jo Rupp, who is currently in That 90s Show, will be reprising her role from WandaVision in Agatha Coven of Chaos. So this seems like it's a sequel spin-off to WandaVision somehow. That's going to be it's going to be primarily a comedy because it has a lot of comedy actors in it.
My Jess is going to love that. She loves her from that 70s show, and now she's watching That 90s Show.
Yeah.
I can't stand either of those shows.
There's also this actor that's I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here.
I like her. She seems like a very sweet mother or like a very sweet grandmother, but I can't stand her voice or her laugh. And I think that's why I couldn't watch
laugh?
that. Yeah, a Kitty's laugh. I couldn't stand that 70s show mostly because of that.
Wow.
So I have never watched the entire season of That 70s Show. I've seen episodes. I laugh. There's some funny moments, but for the most part, it drives me up the wall. So I know. So I can't imagine liking this.
So there's also another actor cast, Lupon, who I guess was in this article saying Will and Grace. So another comedy actor for this role. So I think it's pretty much set in stone. That's what this show is. I
Yeah.
don't know why it exists though. I don't know what the purpose of it is, other than Marvel wants to work with Catherine Hahn. Because I think I heard Kevin Feige say in an interview, like they met, like they were trying to find the role for Agatha in WandaVision, and they
Yeah.
met with Catherine Hahn for like just like a general meeting, and they're like, "Yeah, we just met with Catherine Hahn. Wow, what a great person. We'd love to do something with her." Anyways, who are we gonna cast as Agatha for? That's how he said the conversation went with how they ended up going with her. Um, and then another thing is Thunderbolts is going to start filming in June. So that's going
Hmm.
to start filming later this year.
Now, is Thunderbolt gonna have Black Bolt in it, or am I
No,
just mixing
you
things?
ask this all the time.
I know. I'm pretty sure I was like I literally had this conversation. I think of the last podcast. Uh, so Black Bolt is from the.
It's from The Inhumans.
Thank you. I just couldn't think of the name. The Inhumans, and Black Bolt is from.
Are you going to watch The Inhumans?
Does it have that exact guy from
Yeah,
Doctor Strange in it?
yeah.
How many seasons is it?
One.
Is it canceled or is it still
Yeah.
going?
No, it's
Yeah,
canceled.
then I'll watch it. If it's already done, sure. If it's gonna keep going, I was like, I don't have downtime for that. So
Good
yeah,
luck.
one season. Is it not good?
You let me know.
Well, if it's like 20 episodes, probably not. If it's got like 6 to 10, I'll breeze through it.
I can't remember how many episodes.
All right. Well, me and Jess could maybe give it a shot, but
Yeah, well,
I just want more Punisher. Like, just give me Punisher, or like give me just a Winter Soldier series. Like, not Bucky Barnes. I want give me Winter Soldier and
hmm,
Hydra missions. That would be sick.
yeah. Well, Winter Soldier will appear in Thunderbolts, which Julia Louis-Dreyfus will also reprise her role in that movie as Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. I can't remember the exact name.
So, what was her name?
Don't call her Val. That's all I know.
Like,
Don't call her Val. So she was interviewed recently about this movie, and she says she actually pitched where's the quote here? I told them I really, really want to fight. We'll see if that happens. I haven't seen the script yet. And then she was reminded about the stunts that Marvel actors do, and she says, "Oh, I better get in shape." So it looks like this character might be fighting in the movie.
Hey man, if she does that, respect. I like that. I
Yeah.
like a character who's like, I'm just here to hop on board the MCU train and get a
Mhm.
good paycheck and hopefully, have a continuous series or a continuous part. And
Mhm.
then they don't really do much. So if you want to do your own uh, stunts or your own fighting and sorry, she's a little bit older. I don't know how old she is. She's probably like in her 50s, 60s, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I was like, good for her for wanting to hop on board and like be like, yeah, but don't just make me as like I'm not just here for a paycheck. Like,
Yeah.
let's get involved. So that'd be sick. And she's like, what's she called again? She's like Madame
Oh.
Hydra.
Well, a lot. Yeah, she was. I think she was referred to as Madam Hydra in the comics. But she's not a huge like a major character, but a lot of people are equating her to Nick Fury. So I really don't know what the direction is for her character for the Thunderbolts or going forward.
Got the Hydra pin. Didn't she have the Hydra pin on her?
She did.
I think I could have swore she had the Hydra pin
I have
on
to
her
rewatch those scenes.
at the end of it was either in Civil uh
So
it was either
she was in Falcon Winter Soldier and she was in Black Widow. That's it.
she's at the end of Black Widow. I thought she had the little octopus pin on her, not quite the whole like circle or something, but I thought she had the
Interesting. Okay.
like I thought she had something like that. That's why I was like, is this a Hydra like head? But like you know how Hydra changed because
Yeah.
it was cut off, but then it regrew within Shield. So it might be like a variant of Hydra, like a Hydra, but with a new purpose or
Yeah.
direction. It's not
Well,
quite Shield.
we know like after Hydra fell, There's
Yeah.
a whole thing about it in Agents of Shield. But aside from that, we've last seen Hydra in Ant-Man. Actually, um, they were trying to buy Darren's Yellow Jacket technology,
Mm.
and then they were fighting, and then they left off screen. They're like, "Let's get out of here," and they stole some of the stuff that was in Pym tech, and then we haven't heard from them again. So what the
Yeah.
hell is Hydra doing? We know that at least a couple of them are still around.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe she is part of Hydra.
I
Uh,
have a
there's a
sliver.
yep. Oh, what
I have a sliver in my finger, and I keep taking it.
sucks? We have casting update for uh Captain America, which I don't know if it's a
Okay.
big thing, but I don't know. I'm not really familiar with this
Honestly,
actor.
that's something I'm also like. I am so ready to see him as Cap, man. I want the
Yeah,
vibranium wings. I want to see him flying around, throwing that shield. Like we got a taste of it, but I
yeah.
want more. I want a movie. I
We're
want a
definitely getting
short.
we're gonna get that. We're definitely
Yeah,
gonna get that for the next movie, and that's gonna be awesome.
I
Can't
love
wait.
Anthony Mackie.
There's a lot of stuff we know about that movie that is going to be exciting. We know some characters that are going to show up. Um, I can't remember the name. There's one hero that is announced that's going to be in the movie, but I can't remember the name of the character. And we know that the new Thunderbolt Ross, played by now Harrison Ford, will be showing up in that movie.
What?
He's going to be taking the role. You didn't know that?
Harrison Ford's he's
Harrison
still
Ford is going to be Thunderbolt Ross since that actor died.
dude. I love the
William
man,
Hurt.
but like he's got a
Can you name a better person to take that role though?
wait. Which role is he taking?
Um, uh, damn it, I just said his name. William Hurt, his character Thunderbolt Ross. So William Hurt died last year, I think it was.
Oh, the Colonel Rossi
Colonel
or
Ross,
Colonel? Isn't he Colonel?
General Thunderbolt Ross.
His name? Oh, I've never heard him called Thunderbolt, so I just know. The only Ross I
Thaddeus
know is
Thunderbolt Ross is his
so.
nickname.
So he's gonna be the Colonel, right? The one that.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that makes. Dude,
I'm
he's gonna be in
surprised
a.
he said yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a home soon, man. The guy's crashing his airplane everywhere. He can't like. I don't know. I don't know. I love Harrison Ford. I just don't know. Like he's gonna do like one
Name
movie
three
and
of
then
his songs.
yeah, yeah, I know, right? As soon as I said I love Anthony Mackie, I'm like I don't know any of his songs. I was like he was 8 Mile. He was in 8 Mile. I don't know.
Was he really?
Yeah, he
I
was.
haven't watched the movie, so
You haven't seen 8 Mile? Oh, dude, you gotta watch him. He's like a really good rapper in 8 Mile, but he loses to Eminem. And then there's like
I
a
would
whole bunch of
imagine.
things. There's a whole bunch of things that said Anthony Mackie proved it's easier to beat Thanos than it is Eminem.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Captain America. That's gonna be an awesome movie. Um,
Yeah.
the biggest things I think we got news about though is Daredevil Born Again, particularly who will not be in the show. Um, so, the actor who played Karen, Deborah Ann Woll, she was asked recently. I'm gonna put the visual context because we're gonna get YouTube claimed, I think. What podcast is on? This is on Inside of You. I'm not too sure, but she was asked in this interview if she's gonna be in Daredevil. She said she was never called.
Oh,
So
I love
Karen,
Daredevil. The only character I could not actually there's a lot, but I love Daredevil. I did not care for Karen or was it
really,
Foggy? I didn't care about
I
Karen or Foggy in
oh
Daredevil.
man, I just watched season 3, and she had like
Yeah.
a major like story arc in season 3 that I felt like they should have included in season 1. But
I'll have to just rewatch them. I liked her in Punisher. I was weird. I liked her with
she's good in Punisher
Punisher.
too. Yeah.
I don't know why. I liked her in Punisher doing the whole like, taking
Hmm.
care of Frank Castle, but her and Matt and Daredevil and Foggy,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care about this trio, but I don't know.
Speaking of season 3, we also know that Daredevil's mother, sister Maggie, is also not going to be in the show. because she was also asked, and she said she would love to, but she was never asked.
Hmm.
So we're kind of getting some concerning, vibes right now. That maybe the only person who survives the Netflix series in the canon is, or
Daredevil.
the two people are Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio,
Which one's Vincent D'Onofrio?
Kingpin.
Oh, Kingpin. Right,
Yeah.
right.
We also have some casting news for Daredevil. It is nobody from the Netflix show. We got these two actors here. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing their names. But they're right on the
Yeah.
screen here. These characters were not in the show.
Mean-
So
Meanwhile, Iron Fist's phone is just collecting dust. He's just like, could somebody
man,
call me?
it
Anybody.
it upsets me because like everything and I keep talking every podcast about the stupid internet fights about whether something is canon or not.
Yeah.
And like ultimately I know like whatever Marvel does is like, okay, that's what we're gonna have to accept. But I think everything has been like just pointing like, no, this is continuing on. It's the same continuity. There's some conflicting things about what actors say, but they say that following up, I haven't read the script, so I think this is what might happen, not knowing exactly what the question is that they're being asked. So I'm always under the mindset that this stuff is canon until Marvel says it's not. But this most recent stuff that we're getting about the show is not looking great for that idea.
No.
So that's where we're at. Also, Charlie Cox has said that Daredevil probably won't be as gory when it comes to Disney Plus. So Daredevil is a very violent show on Netflix.
You should definitely make two versions of the show. Just make you can change the settings on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I know, but
Like, let's just give me
they've experimented
my
with that
character.
with some shows, and it's always come across with controversy every single time it's done. But I don't think this really means anything. In terms of that previous argument, in terms of continuity or anything, I think this was always expected. It's a show meant for Disney Plus. Like they're making this for Disney Plus. That's why I don't think Punisher is going to be, unfortunately, is going to be a thing anymore. I don't think that Disney's going to be pushing for Punisher. I don't know. Maybe Bob Iger's back, so maybe that might be the case if he's down for it. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think they're pushing for what's family friendly, what's superhero, what's comic books, what's Marvel, and they're gonna go for this similar style Disney Plus shows that we're used to from Marvel right now, and it's not
Yeah.
gonna be super violent like we're used to from Netflix, unfortunately. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I know a lot of people want the more brutal, grounded Daredevil show.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked. Man, that first season was so good. I haven't watched. I've only watched one and two.
having just watched all of them. I think all the seasons are good, but yeah, the first season.
Yeah, that first season was really good. I
But
haven't
the
watched
third
third.
season, I will give huge props to the third season because that season is insane, and there are some scenes that are like the best scenes of the show. There's a scene where he's escaping a prison that it's all one shot, and
Yeah.
it is incredible. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how do I not remember this rewatching it? But I'm like, this is like the best scene of Daredevil ever. Like it trumps the hallway scene in the first season.
I remember I like the one in the Punisher when the Punisher's escaping the prison in that
Yeah.
hallway scene. Isn't that
Uh, yeah, that was
the
actually
Punisher?
that was season 2 of Daredevil. Yeah.
Because Daredevil and it was the Punisher.
Yeah.
So you're saying it tops that scene?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was the same prison scene. I was like, man, how
No,
many
no, no.
prisons these guys escape?
There's yeah, yeah. Well, there's the Punisher escaping in season
Yeah,
2, but then there's Daredevil escaping a prison in season 3. That's incredible.
I did not know. Didn't know he was in prison too. I'm gonna have to watch that one. I gotta get Jess to get
Yeah.
on board with watching Daredevil again. She never watched any of those. And then Jessica Jones, I only watched one season. Is there any word on Jessica Jones returning?
Not yet.
Or Luke Cage, maybe? No.
Not yet.
No. Those two I'd be fine with. Iron Fist, I don't know. I remember liking it a lot when I watched it. I was so hyped on it. This is awesome. And I wanted to learn more about, is it Kunlun?
Yep.
Kunlao?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kunlun. And then as season was done and there was no more word about it, and I just as easily forgot about it. But I was like, I remember liking it.
So you didn't watch season 2?
What, of Iron Fist?
Yeah, of Iron Fist.
I thought there was only one season, and
No,
then
it's
there
2
was
seasons.
yeah, no, I didn't. I watched season 1, and then I didn't watch whatever that is.
Defenders.
Defenders, yeah, that's what I watched.
I would say that season 2 is much better than season 1, and the way they ended it was it was teasing up what season 3 was going to be, which sounded like an incredible show. And we recently watched that, or I rewatched it. My brother watched it for the first time. He's like, oh my god, that would be an incredible season 3. I'm like, I know, right? Too bad we're not getting it. So it's such a shame. But yeah, I would hope, like, out of all the shows, actually, I would say that me personally, I would want Iron Fist to come back to give closure to that. Because that's something I would really love to see, but I don't think there's enough demand for that. So I don't know if Marvel would be down to jump back into it. But I think there might be some reason to why Daredevil may be 18 episodes long, and it could be just to reestablish some other characters that Marvel doesn't want to put an entire show out for, but may want to reintroduce in Daredevil, such as Iron Fist, and maybe give a little bit of explanation as to what has happened.
Hey, if you give them some explanation and you bring Iron Fist back, with after everyone just watching, what's that other one?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I was like, you could probably have, people might give it another chance after loving Shang-Chi so much, and if you introduce like Kunlun and wherever Shang-Chi is from, the name of his place, you could probably, I don't know, just like I don't know anything about those in like comic book wise or anything whatever. But if you said like there was like a war between their two different like temples or like where they're from, I think you could get
if it's the same continuity as the Netflix shows, Kunlun is destroyed, so that's not gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I'm not saying like rebuild or something. I don't know. That's all the Marvel Studio stuff. But in terms of Sony, there's a new trailer for the Across the Spider-Verse, which you haven't seen. But you've watched the Spider-Verse movie, right? The first one?
I think so. It's been the movie? Yes. Yeah. I watched the movie lots of times. I love it. Miles Morales, I love
it. This is a continuation off of that. Oscar Isaac will be playing Spider-Man 2099. In this trailer, he sounds kind of like a villain, which is interesting, if that is the case.
I think this is the last thing I have time for, by the way.
This is the last thing? Okay. We're going to burn through the Sony stuff then. But yeah, you haven't watched this trailer, but are you looking forward to this movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and Jess love this one. We love I love it all, honestly. I love Miles Morales. I just don't really know that much about him. So the multiverse, like, it was really cool to see a whole show about him.
Some quick Sony stuff. Amazon has picked up several live-action Sony Spider-Man projects. The first one being what's called, we knew a Silk project was in the works, but it's called Silk Spider Society. That's what the series is going to be called for Amazon.
Sweet. That's cool.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Silk?
Is it just no? I'm assuming it's just more all different types of Spider-Man from different universes.
This is one character. The character's name is Silk.
Is she a villain?
No.
No, I don't know much about her. I've heard of her before, and but that's why I like the Spider universe, because you have all these so many like Spider Gwen and like all these different ideas. Like they're so cool.
Really cool character. Her name's Cindy Moon. She was actually bit, I believe, from the same spider that bit Peter Parker when they were on a class trip. She was one of their students. Except her story, someone got involved and said, "There's these people after you looking to kill you or whatever," and she was kept in like solid confinement for most of her life, until Peter found out about her, set her free, and said, "Hey, you're free. You can go." Those people absolutely were after her. Um, but the interesting thing, so she has like a lot of the similar abilities to Peter Parker,
Yeah,
but whenever the two of them are like near each other, they have the irresistible urge to fuck.
that is hilarious. That's amazing. I need to tell. I got. That's so funny.
So yeah, so that's one of the shows that's coming to Amazon from Sony. I have no clue what the other two are, so I have some theories. I think, like you said, there's a lot of different Spider characters, and a lot of ones that exist within the same continuity as the main Spider-Man from the comics. He
Yeah.
has clones in the comic books that
Sorry,
spin
sorry.
off to their own characters.
Who has clones?
Spider-Man.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah. There's a bunch of spin-off clone characters of Spider-Man that could have their own show. So who knows?
Yeah.
We also don't know what Spider-Man exists in this Sony universe yet. They haven't said anything, but
I
they
want
said
them
we
to
should.
make a like a. I want Spider Gwen so bad. I think Spider Gwen would be a sweet movie.
Could
And then
happen.
if you introduce the Venom, like, and then have Gwenom. I don't know if that's an actual
It
character, but
is.
I'm
It
like, that would
is.
be so sick. It like,
I'm
how
not a
do you
fan
not
of Gwenom.
no? I was
No.
like, how do you not? But you could, if you had the right writer, you could have somebody make it
Yeah.
really cool. Like you have, like you could make her like you could have a like so many things, like just an
Mhm.
innocent like girl, and then transition into like the badass hero, and then if she becomes Gwenom, like make her like almost evil or whatever, like an anti-hero. I don't know. I think all that has the potential, like just something different, and
I
have a
think
female with like a
yeah.
trilogy.
I think a Spider Gwen something might happen. It's possible. It's
Yeah.
a very popular character now, so the last Sony thing is that Donald Glover is going to star in and produce a Hypno-Hustler movie. Um,
And he's
Now,
got some great hairs over his head.
recently we talked about a movie called El Muerto that is a Sony Spider-Man spin-off movie of a character that, as a huge Spider-Man fan, I had no fucking clue who that character was. This is a character I've seen, but
Yeah.
it's so weird that like Sony has Spider-Man, right? Sony
Yeah.
has the world of Spider-Man, all of his characters, his rogues galleries of villains. You know, we're
Yeah.
getting Craven the Hunter coming up. We have all his side characters, his allies, and all this stuff. They have so much to work with, but they're looking at the barrel of the characters that they have, and they're moving the top stuff away, and they're like, hey, what's at the bottom of this barrel? And
Yeah.
it's and this is what they're pulling up.
They're like, neat. I forgot about all this.
Like, oh, we have the rights to Spider-Man. What movies can we make? Oh, Morbius. Oh, what else we got? Hypno-Hustler. It's
Well,
so
maybe.
weird.
Do you think maybe Donald Glover like knows, like maybe
I
he
would
just like
imagine
loves
this
the
was his
comic,
decision. Yeah.
and he's got an idea for it? That could
Like
be really
maybe
cool.
he pitched something to Sony and says, "Hey, I got an idea for a movie for this Spider-Man character," and they're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we own Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, maybe it's even that they're like, hey, and if it's a failure, then
yeah.
it's not like we wasted one of our top tier characters. So I don't
I
know.
guess so. Yeah,
I got faith. I got faith in it. Let's see. I hope it's good.
sure. Yeah.
Donald Glover. I like Donald Glover. So
Some quick things I just want to mention. We don't have
is
to
that gonna
go
be
into.
different than his character
Yeah.
in the Spider-Man 2 thing? Yeah. Okay. Or the what was it? Spider-Man Homecoming? Is that what he was in?
Yeah. He's in Homecoming. He was Aaron Davis, I think is his last name. He's the Prowler in the
Yeah, the Prowler.
Spider-Verse movie.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
But that character, nothing ever happened to that character in the Marvel movies. So it's just like Scorpion. We didn't see
Potential.
anything happen.
But it's just it's like cameos almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just wasted potential.
Some quick things I just want to mention. We don't have to go into anything. There's a Stanley documentary coming to Disney Plus.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's not the first Stanley documentary. I've seen a few,
Yeah.
but I'll watch another one. Bob Iger is back as CEO of Disney. This is a major deal. We've never really talked about the behind the scenes thing. Bob Iger was stepping down. There was another CEO. I can't remember the name of him. Things went really bad at Disney behind the scenes. People hated the new CEO. They they did some shit. Like Bob Iger wanted to come back. He's like, "Hey, you're not handling things good at Disney." Um, they somehow did some corporate trickery to reinstate Bob Iger back as a CEO temporarily to find a different replacement. While the previous CEO went to like a ball game or something like that, or he was supposed to be a speaker somewhere, and he
Yeah.
found out at the event, and he had to like stop as he was about to present as at the event, which is crazy. It's just
Yeah.
big like behind the scenes thing. I like look it up if you're more interested. But
Yeah.
that has like ripple effects to like Marvel projects and stuff and movies in the MCU and stuff. Because we know before Bob Iger, there was I can't remember that guy's name either, but he was responsible for Black Panther and Captain Marvel not having their movie sooner because he was notoriously bigoted and didn't want those characters to have any on-screen presence and didn't think the toys would sell. So we know like when there's somebody at the top that can make these decisions, it affects how all of this stuff works. Um, and I know that we're out of time. Um, there was some fun stuff I had to discuss if we had time, and we
It was all
unfortunately
fun
don't.
stuff
It
too.
was all fun stuff. So we'll have to save it for another time. This is the end of Phase 4. I guess we'll save that conversation for Black Panther because Black Panther is technically, or it is part of Phase 4, and we haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet. So after Black Panther, we will reflect on Phase 4, what we liked, maybe rank some stuff, and maybe go through our predictions and speculations for Phase 5. Even though that's starting very soon, because Ant-Man and the Wasp is starting very soon, but we're not gonna. I'm guessing you're not watching that in theaters.
Which one?
Ant-Man and
Black
the
Panther.
Wasp: Quantumania.
I want to go to see it. Yeah, I would have
Okay.
saw Black Panther if I wasn't sick, and then it got like right before the busy season, so like I
Okay.
just didn't have time. I honestly, Jess keeps asking me to go see it in theaters because we started dating. The first date I asked her to was Black Panther 1.
Mm-hmm.
So now she wants to go see Black Panther 2 in theaters. So we might still go see it, but I'll go see it again with you guys.
Yeah.
The first, I just honestly don't know if I'm gonna have time at all this week to go see it. But if I do, we might go maybe even Thursday night. You got Thursday night off?
No.
No. All right. I was gonna say, I was like, if you want to come, I'll pay for your ticket if you want to go see it. But
Depends, but
that
depends what time. But
maybe even Wednesday. I don't know yet for sure. But
but specifically
those
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. When's the release date for that?
Like middle of February, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go see that. I'll go see that in theaters.
Okay. If
Um,
I'm
I
if I'm seeing that in theaters with you, then our conversation is gonna be a little bit different on what we're gonna speculate for Phase 5.
okay. All right. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Let's see. So if Black Panther comes out it is roughly one. Yeah, it's 1 week from this Wednesday.
Actually, I
So
don't
it'll
I,
be
I don't know what my availability is by the time it comes out. So for Black Panther, well, you're talking about this week, like you want to see it in theaters.
well. That's it. Just wants to. So I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
the only last chance I have to see it is probably like this Wednesday or Thursday,
Yeah,
and
because
then I'll
I
be
won't
busy all
be
week.
I won't be available until like super late.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're seeing it this week, so I don't
Honestly,
think.
I don't think I'm going to either. We'll probably see it
Yeah,
together.
like I'd rather just wait because it's 1 week until Disney Plus. So I'd rather just wait until
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
out on
Sick.
Disney Plus.
Yep. Let's see. And then I'm just looking at my calendar here.
I'm just saying, like we should watch Black Panther, and then like right after Black Panther, like regroup for another podcast because
Yeah,
we
that's
can have because like all this other like fluff stuff is out of the way now. Unless there's like big major Marvel news or another trailer drops or something, which
yeah.
Secret Invasion we might get something, who knows, or like Loki season 2, but like for the most part, we would just be talking about Black Panther. It would be the majority of our podcast, and then any extra time we have would be for our Phase 4, Phase 5 discussion.
Yeah. Looking at the calendar right now. So Black Panther, if it comes out on Wednesday, which is February 1st,
Mm-hmm.
I could probably watch it with all of you guys maybe that Wednesday or Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it won't be till like that Monday that I'll be able to watch it because I'll be busy that whole weekend.
Yeah,
But
we'll figure it out.
maybe aim for February 6th if we do watch it that night. Maybe February 6th is a Monday. Maybe you and I could do a podcast about Black Panther with a few other little things, and then I go away for 3 days after that, so we could figure it out after there. But maybe we could get another podcast by February 6th and talk about Black Panther and some extra fun stuff.
Sounds good. I think that's a plan. So yeah, so we will be back. I got some, I think we'll have some fun conversations and stuff for that, and I'm so looking forward to Black Panther. What happened to what the hell happened here?
What?
We lost you on the screen.
I didn't do anything.
I don't know. It's something I did apparently, I guess.
Oh.
We're exiting the podcast though anyway. So anyways, thanks.
I'm waving goodbye.
You're waving. Jordan's waving goodbye. We're going through technical difficulties as we're figuring out live streaming again back to YouTube and Twitch. If you want to see these podcasts live, make sure that you're following, turn on notifications. And if you want to see my thoughts on She-Hulk and stuff, I'm going to have more videos on my reviews and everything for that soon on the channel. So make sure that you're following. Thanks to Jordan.
Yeah, for the time I was here.
Yep. We'll see you next time, everyone.
Yeah, cheers, guys.